Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Savage Sports Podcast. This week for racquetball and other sports if needed. Today we have LPRT's number 25, Hollie Ray Scott. How are you doing, Hollie?
Hi, I'm pretty good, considering.
Yes, I definitely understand. So, speaking of considering, how are you doing under the situations with the COVID situation right now?
I had, 21 years to form a hobby other than racquetball and working out, and I failed completely. I have no other hobby. I'm very bored. I can only work out, and that's my only option, really.
So working out is your hobby right now?
Yes. I'm getting back into it. Obviously, I think everybody went into that lazy mode of, oh, it's quarantine, just stay inside. But now we realize, oh my goodness, we're going to be here for a while, so I might as well not get fat, right? So, yeah.
That's true. And have you picked up anything else new from being quarantined like this?
I got an Xbox, so maybe I'm a gamer now. I'm not good, but it's something else to pass the time, I guess.
Okay,
so it's kind of fun.
What have you gotten to pick up so far?
As in,
what games what games are you playing?
Zombies, because they're just little computer guys, and if I play online, I get my butt kicked because everybody's better than me. So I try not to do that too much.
Well, I think you'll be glad to hear that one of my long-term goals is to set up set up partnerships so that we can get one of those Star Trek like racquetball 3D systems, so that we can play.
Oh my goodness.
So that we can play racquetball in those rooms with no racquetball.
Like VR?
VR, yeah.
That would be so cool. I feel like a lot of people would break things in their house, but that would be pretty cool. I would play it. I would buy it.
Yeah.
Investor right
here. That's right. Just keep making money. It's a long-term goal, so we'll
all the money that you make in racquetball, yeah.
We'll talk about it later. That's a conversation for another day. Let's talk with the Star Trek people first before we can get that settled.
Got it. All right. Sounds good.
Then you won't have to have another hobby. It can just be racquetball.
I hope so. Hope we get out again and I could actually get on a court. That would be amazing. Or video games would be great.
Well, if we could have video game racquetball, we could be playing each other in live streaming.
Yeah, and then maybe the EA Sports or whoever does that will be able to pay us, millions, and then racquetball will finally have money, right? That's another conversation.
That's another conversation, and I'm looking forward to doing one of those. We'll try and a little bit later on, maybe not this year, but maybe next year, we're going to do a couple of sit-downs with 2 or more LPRT players and go over some of those issues like that.
But be a long podcast.
Well, we're not here to have short podcasts. It's however long it's going to go, and basically however long I can keep people talking and I'm still interested.
All right. Well, I'm interested, so that would be good. I'd listen to it or be a part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to have that happen. So with that, what you just said in mind, I'll go straight to what really grinds my gears. So,
oh my gosh.
Have you ever watched Family Guy?
All the time.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite shows.
So my
immediately when I read that, I was like, oh my goodness, Family Guy.
so one of my segments is called, you know what really grinds my gears? And so This one is
All
about
right.
what makes you mad about the current situation of racquetball, and it couldn't be just like what you just said. What's one thing that you making you mad about racquetball? Any part of it right now, and one thing you would do to change it if you had the wand, the magic wand.
I mean, I guess what really grinds my gears, especially right now, is all the social media and all these older generation people going on Facebook and going, this is not working, this is la la la, and they have all these complaints, but yet they don't sign up for tournaments, they don't share anything, they don't donate to RYDF to help the juniors, and all these things that they could be doing, but instead they go on Facebook and go, this is my problem, blah, blah, blah. And I think they just go on to rant, and then they don't want to do anything. Or they complain about live stream commentators. They're too serious. Oh, they're not talking about this. They're too fun. Like, you can't please everybody. And it's just so annoying to read the comments or the posts, and they don't do anything. It's just, I don't know. I guess that's one major thing that really grinds my gears.
Okay, and what would you do about it? What would you do about it if you could?
And make them sign up for tournaments. I mean, they're talking about participation, because participation in every tournament is super low, but there's so many people that are playing, and I don't know, somehow to reach out to them, or it's hard. It's easier said than done, really. I just don't like all of their complaining, but then they don't want to go travel an hour to a tournament, or I don't know, go to the big tournaments and see all of the pros play and all of that. I mean, it's pretty easy. I know it's kind of pricey to some people, but I mean, tournaments are the most fun. That's what everybody trains for, right?
Well, I'd say out of every sport that I know of, racquetball is one of the cheapest to go see your favorite pros.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, you can either just show up and watch, or just the entry fee to play. I mean, not a lot of tournaments make you pay for seating to watch them. I know some places do, but nobody really listens to it, and they kind of cram in anyway. But, yeah, I mean, it's something easy they could do, but instead they go on Facebook, and they just complain, and that's one thing that grinds my gears. I guess I have another one.
Go for it.
Oh, my dog is...
You know what else really grinds Hollie's gears? She's about to tell you.
My dog barking during the podcast that grinds my gears. I guess another thing is there's not enough juniors, and especially the girls. All the girls seem to quit after high schools or juniors, and they go to college and they think, oh, I don't have any time. I can't practice. I can't do this. Actually, like, college is, I think, one of the easiest times to travel.
I had more time.
So much time.
I had more time in college than I did in high school.
Exactly. I mean, in high school, I played two sports. I did softball and cheer, two different teams. I did racquetball and school from 8:30 to 3:15, and practice for an hour and a half after, and then I have to go to racquetball practice after that, and maybe homework. I didn't do much homework in high school, but I mean, the whole day was packed. And in college, you have, I think I have an hour class today, and then nothing else. And for every hour of class, you maybe have 2 hours of homework, if that. And everybody just quits once they get to college, and it's actually the easiest time. I mean, until you have exams and you have mean teachers that won't let you go. But other than that, that's not that often. And
yeah, because I'd say when I was in college, I had to do racquetball to get off the steam, because my first 2 years were in engineering, and so that one hour of racquetball a day was the only way I could get through all of that homework.
Exactly. Or to keep off the freshman 15, right? Everybody gets that, huh?
I actually lost the freshman 15.
I know, you need to burn it off. I mean, it's stressful your first year, and the rest of the years I'm stressed all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so much time, and so many people think, oh, I can't do it. I'm quitting, or I'm done, or I'm not practicing. And it's really sad. And I would love to coach the junior team to like inspire these young girls who are hopefully going to become pros or Team USA members like soon, because I know they're 16, 15. They're really good, and they have so much potential. But I don't think people are really getting to them. And then they get to college and panic and might quit, and I don't want that to happen. I want them to keep playing, even if it's just for intercollegiate tournaments. They don't have to go pro. They don't have to. I just want them to be in the sport, you know? Any level. Doesn't matter. No quitting. I don't like it. So that's what really grinds my gears.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of women at the collegiate level who are playing a bit, and you know, if we could really get a juniors program going a little bit faster, a little bit more hefty, then, you know, we would have a lot more women playing in the system at all levels.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if you've seen the entry, the participant list for high schools. There are so many kids, and then they just kind of quit. I don't know if people are getting to them or they just don't care that parents are forcing them to play. I have no idea. But there's like 300 high schoolers signed up for it.
300?
I think so, yeah. It was like over 300.
Wow.
I remember when I went, there was like 350 or 300 something when my last high schools. And there's so many kids that could be really good, I guess, if they tried, but there's just not enough outreach to get them inspired or anything like that. And it's upsetting, especially the girls. So I would love to be a junior team coach, but you know, who knows? That's what grinds my gears.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also trying to start up a program in the country I'm getting my second passport in.
Oh wow. Which is?
So I'm getting a passport in Paraguay.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I never heard of someone getting a passport there. I kind of forgot that was a country. That sounds dumb. I'm sorry. It's like
that is okay.
It.
That is okay. I also did not know it was a country.
Well, I know it was. I just kind of forget about it.
No. I'm saying I also forgot.
That's cool.
But I do know now.
That's interesting. That's cool. Fun for you. Yeah, you can make a team. You can play for them.
That's my hope. That's my hope. I'll be in the top 10 in Paraguay and somewhere in the U.S.
That would be cool. You could go to Worlds. We could see each other at Worlds. It'd be fun.
Well, we'll see. We'll see each other at some tournaments. I saw you are playing the outdoors.
Yeah, they canceled the beach bash, which was, you know, upsetting. And I was supposed to go to Huntington, but that's canceled as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, September in Vegas, especially since they moved it like 2 weeks earlier. So it's farther away from the U.S. Open. So, and I'm 21 now. That actually could go see some stuff. You can
see, you can drink, you can party, and
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Vegas.
I'll win first.
Well, here's my full suggestion. Is if you want to do the full Vegas, take a day before you should go, or 2 days after.
Definitely do 2 days after. Take the prize money and go gamble it away, right?
Well, I would say just don't. Just bring your own money, and keep the prize money, and just go to shows. You don't need to gamble.
I know. I've always wanted to do that. Maybe this year might be it. There's time in between the U.S. Open and it's before school starts. You know.
Oh yeah.
See what happens.
Blue Man.
If it happens, let's hope.
Blue Man, Cirque du Soleil. It's so much fun.
Looks crazy. I'm excited. So Vegas is, I think it's a yes for me. So
If
See what
if
happens.
Vegas is happening, I'll be there for sure.
And then if not, the U.S. Open, because it has to happen. It's probably like the last year. So that definitely is going to happen, and I'm going.
Absolutely.
U.S. Open isn't always.
U.S. Open isn't always for you. Vegas isn't always for me.
Vegas always. Yes. Vegas is fun. It might be an always for me too now. See what happens.
Well, I've been pretty consistent in the outdoors in my play as compared to indoors, so that's why I chose Vegas instead of the U.S. Open.
But now you can go to both. They're spread out. It's gonna be great.
If I had sponsors, I would do that.
Maybe the podcast will get you some sponsors.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe next year, 2021, I can hit as many stops as I want.
They're super fun. Pro stops is you meet everybody. You work on your Spanish. you hopefully don't lose first round and make some money. And pro stops are my favorite. They're really fun. Get to sightsee. It's great.
Oh yeah. So speaking of sightseeing, what's one of your favorite things you've got to do sightseeing on a pro stop this past year?
Oh my goodness. I gotta remember all the pro stops that I went to. I tried to make it to most of them. That's such a hard question. I don't know.
Yes.
In Boston, I walked around with Lexi York and Cheryl lots, and that was really fun. Got to see some history and stuff, like crazy cemeteries, and yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Boston for that history stuff.
Yeah, I wish I could see more, but we only have so much time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And went to that famous pastry place with the cannolis, and that was super yummy. That was the last pro stop that I remember. I can't remember anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna say that one.
Well, it's too bad. It's too bad today didn't happen because. You still there? Hold on. We're getting reconnected. Oh, sorry about that. I think we got disconnected.
I was like, I couldn't hear it. And then, I don't remember what we're talking
So yeah,
about.
Speaking of pro stops, were you going to be at the Alamo today?
Oh, don't remind me. I was so sad. Yes, the plan was, I was planning with Kaylani to go to the Pan Ams, which was supposed to be ending a couple days ago, and then fly from Bolivia straight to
San Antonio.
Yeah, make a whole 2.5 weeks out of it, or however many days it is. So that was the plan. I was so excited for San Antonio. I love that tournament. Everybody's so nice. And it got canceled, and now I'm upset. I'm also upset with the Pan Ams. Duh, that would be my first Pan Ams, and I was going to play doubles and singles there, and I was so excited.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you. And I was so excited to wear USA again. It's been a while. So, I don't know. Maybe Worlds, if it gets postponed, I don't know. Whenever the next one is.
Yeah, I could say Texas nice is a little bit different than the rest of the country.
I'm hoping to do my grad school in Texas.
Uh-huh.
So, we'll see what happens. I have another year. And I really want to move down there. So, I love Texas.
Well,
everything about it. It's great.
We'd love to have you. Kane's down here. Jody's down here. Scott's down here. And so,
Scott.
yeah, if you want, he can ref all your matches, and
I don't know.
He'll play you.
He took a bunch of my push-ups away at the stay-at-home battle. I'm mad at Scott.
If there's somebody who's not mad at Scott at some point in time, then you haven't spent enough time with Scott. But
it's true, I get it. I'm upset. He took half my push-ups away, but it's okay. It's over now.
If you're not mad at the ref, at least some of the time he's not doing his job.
You have to argue with the ref at least once. I mean, come
on. I'd say I'm very vocal on court. I'm not as vocal off court, but I've never had a full match without arguing if there is a ref.
I'm working on not arguing anymore. I just go, why? And I look at them like, why? How come? Please explain it to me. And if it's a terrible call, I'll just straight appeal it. I don't say anything. You just whip out your thumb and be like, appeal please. And, you know, you don't embarrass yourself then by just, like, screaming like some other people do. And, yeah. You gotta think about your sponsors. You gotta think about everybody watching. You can't scream at everybody. To be nice.
Well, you could be nice while screaming if you do it in a correct fashion, but it's a very delicate dance.
I think I'd get too carried away. I'm just gonna stick with the not saying much.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just making up stuff as I go right here in these words.
Got it. Sounds good.
Yeah. Just kind of what I do, basically. So you said there's been a lot of stay-at-home challenges. What have been some of the challenges, and how have you been doing in those?
Oh, yeah. So my team was the Lilo and Stitches. So Lilo was Keilani because she's Hawaiian.
Okay.
And then the Stitches was Lalo Portillo and myself. And we came in last. We lost. We're out. We did not do well. We were the only team with 2 women, so that already was, you know, making us have a hard time. And, yeah, Keilani was the quarterback. And Lalo, he can kick our butts on the court, but he did not do well in the challenges. Neither did I, though, so I feel like I'm allowed to say that. But, yeah, it was fun. I kind of liked it because it got me into the working out instead of being lazy. So I was like, you know what? I should probably get my butt out of the bed, off the couch, and start working out super hard to get ready for when everything does open up again, you know? So that's... Yes,
nothing's better for a competitive person than a challenge.
Exactly. So I realized, oh my goodness, I'm out of shape. I need to get my stuff together. So that was really nice, like, doing the challenge. Even though we came in last, it's a learning experience, right?
What was part of that particular challenge? What did you do for that one?
We did push-ups, planks, wall sits while bouncing a ball, and a leg lift, so like ab work. And I think that was all that we did because we were out by the time they did other things. The other groups did, like the semifinals, did other challenges, and we were out. We lost.
Oh, it was a bracket format?
Kind of, yeah. Like, everybody did one thing, and then however well you did, you got points. And then the people with the most points, like the top 4 teams, went to the semis, and then they did different groups, and it was like the same thing. So, we lost.
That's very cool. And did Sudsy put that together, or who put that? Who put that together?
Sudsy was definitely the spokesman of it, and his wife Vero was behind the scenes putting everything together. So I think she ran the show behind the scenes. And yeah, I don't know who else was all part of it. I just know Sudsy and like Scott were the ones texting us the information and everything. So yes, it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah, I've been enjoying watching all the things Sudsy's been putting together during this right now. All of the stay-at-home challenges. Right now, the juniors challenge is going on.
Yeah, they're gonna start Monday. Yeah, I'm in touch with a lot of the juniors, and I know the teams, and there's some strong teams out there. It's gonna be a tough one. So I'm excited to see how everybody does.
Yeah. Now, changing topics a little bit. Right now, you're at the University of Washington.
Yes.
In the state of Washington.
Yes.
Okay. Not Washington, D.C. Washington, the state. Left side of the U.S., not the right side.
Okay. Starbucks, Amazon, Microsoft, all of that.
All of that. Got it. So you're losing almost a year of eligibility, kind of because of COVID. Is this basically right?
I mean, no, because we didn't play, so it doesn't count. So if I go to grad school, I can still get my years in.
Uh huh.
I actually wasn't. A last minute decision. I wasn't going to go to intercollegiates because I was going to go to the Pan Ams instead.
Okay.
But they ended up getting canceled anyway, so I guess it kind of worked out, but not really. But I am planning to go next year, so yeah.
So what?
So I still have 2 years left, basically.
Okay, so it only applies when you go to intercollegiates, not while you're playing during the year.
Yeah, no, you get 4 years of eligibility. So, I mean, I could quit school now and then go back when I'm 35, and I still have 2 years of eligibility. But as long as I'm in school, I can go.
All right, yes, that means I got 3 years of eligibility left. Okay.
Yeah, you could go back to school right now and you can play.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
Probably not right now, maybe later. Okay. So, how does it feel not being around your teammates for this long?
The thing is, I mean, most people that followed intercollegiates the last year that I won knew I talked about it a lot, was that the University of Washington doesn't really care about me. I don't have a team. They try to make me jump through a lot of hoops to, like, make a team, even make it a club sport. So I just went by myself. And I hung out with Team Purdue, my friends, like Elise and Elena and the whole team. So they kind of adopted me. And I just went for funsies, I guess. And I ended up winning, so that was cool.
So they're really making you jump through a lot of hoops to get a team together?
Yeah, it's nearly impossible, especially now since I'm a junior, almost a senior. I mean, there's no way I could start it now anyway, but I tried freshman year and it's pretty impossible. Yeah, it's just not worth it at this point, especially. Just might as well focus on, pro stops and nationals, the regular nationals, like singles and stuff. And intercollegiates is just another title for fun. I mean, but it's just myself. It's not worth it to get a whole bunch of people. Nobody wants to skip school.
That's too bad. It's always great being together with a club at college.
Yeah, I wish I did, but nobody wants to skip school, and I don't know why. It's only like a couple days, and I don't know. Everybody's real focused there. I'm like, fine, I'll skip school by myself. As long as you stay on top of your work, I mean, it's easy.
That's fair. Now, in terms of playing racquetball, how long? When did you start playing racquetball yourself? I looked at your Instagram, and there's no time in your entire feed that you had a picture of no racquetball.
There's some. I started playing when I was like 5, but I didn't get serious about it until I was like 12 or 13.
Uh-huh.
And even then, I didn't have a coach. I just was like, this is my sport. And I went and got my butt kicked at nationals every year by Jordan Cooper Ryder, Erica Mania, Lexi York, all the time. And, but I was like, this is my sport. I'm going to keep going to nationals, see what happens. And I didn't even know there was a Worlds or a Team USA until I made it my first year in 2013. I think I was 14, almost 15 at the time. And they came up to me and were like, you're on the team, congrats, let's go to Worlds. And I was like, what's that? I had no idea. But, yeah. And then I really got serious. And I got a coach, I got Cliff Swain, and kind of just went up from there. So, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That sounds just like Lalo last week.
Oh, you interviewed Lalo? He's the best.
Yeah, I didn't do this on purpose, having team Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, the Lilo and Stitches. There you go.
Lilo and Stitches. Okay, I was close. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. Maybe if we're lucky, we could get Kalani on next week.
Yeah, she's great. She's really funny. Her, I don't know. I feel like she can talk for a long time, longer than me. But she's great. Love her.
Yeah, I think I've heard her. I think I've heard her on the broadcast before with TJ when they talk when they're behind in the booth.
Yeah, TJ and her, I feel like all day just talking about everything. Yeah, both of them are amazing. Love them. TJ does a lot of hard work for the LPRT, and we're really lucky to have her. So, yep.
So about nationals, the one that got you to the Pan Am Games. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah, sure. What about it?
So, first of all, for everybody who doesn't know, what are the Pan Am Games? And why is it important for racquetball? And tell us a little bit about your draw.
So this was qualifying for the Pan Am Championships, which are every year. And this one was going to be in Bolivia. And national doubles was just like a qualifying event, so you get points, like weighted points, which is interesting. There's like a new rule recently, and then like it would determine who went based on how well they did at the U.S. Open, national doubles, and national singles. But national singles didn't happen, so I think they're just gonna go off of this one. But I mean, Pan Am's really important. World Games is really important because, you know, we're all chasing that Olympic dream, right? So
absolutely,
I was very excited to play for USA again, but hopefully soon when everything opens up again.
Yeah, is one of your goals to get a gold for the U.S.?
Of course. I think that's everybody's goal, is to get a gold for their country. I mean, everybody's going for the same thing. It's kind of interesting because we all play each other on the pro stop, and we see like the same people there, and yeah, it's kind of like another big pro stop basically, but we're wearing different shirts than usual. Like, you're not wearing a Gearbox shirt, you're wearing
damn it. Ah. Sorry, folks, we lost the call again. Get back on. Sorry, we lost you again.
Okay.
You're not wearing Gearbox, you're wearing Team USA.
Oh yeah, they're not wearing like all their sponsored shirts. They're wearing, you know, USA or Mexico or Guatemala or all that stuff. And yeah, so it's a little different, but kind of the same. It's just like one big pro stop, but with everybody. IRT, LPRT, and yeah. And we're all going for that gold, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But the bracket for national doubles was very small. See, what grinds my gears? We really need more women. But yeah, my first round was a bye, so that was kind of cool. I got like a rest day or an extra day to practice. And then quarters, I played my own doubles partner, Lexi York, which is terrible because we travel all the way there just to play each other, and we live like right next to each other. So it's kind of annoying. It's your doubles partner, and like you never want to play your doubles partner. But I won that one, and then semis, I played Kaylani. And it was like a rematch from national singles where I lost to her like 11-10 tiebreaker, which is super heartbreaking, but it kind of was the best learning experience for me, I think. Because I was like, never again is that going to happen. It was like, it still kind of haunts me to this day because I could have gone to the Pan Ams, like the games every 4 years, that really big tournament.
Yes.
And I couldn't go just because I barely lost. And super upsetting, but beat her in the semis. I mean, I was down in the first game 11-0, and I came back and still lost like 15-12. So I made it super hard on myself. I made it really difficult for me, but I still came back, and I won 11-3 tiebreaker. And then the finals is like a rematch of junior nationals all over again because I played Erica Mania. And I lost to her in juniors all the time. Her and Jordan Cooper Ryder, I always lost to them in juniors. But, I mean, I felt confident. I know she's a really good player. She's really tall, so she gets everything. So I really wish I was in more shape when I played her because I wasn't. But, because she just gets everything. She's so fast and tall and lunges really far. But I played smart the first game. I won that one, lost the second game. I was not playing smart, and it was just like a battle in the tiebreaker. And I came out at top 11-9. I was really lucky to have Lalo Portillo on the phone coaching me every time out. And in between the games, like, I'd call him, and he'd tell me what to do. And, yeah, it was a close one. It was really good. It was, like, a really good game.
Was Lalo making you laugh while coaching?
Oh, God, no. I was, like, angry. I don't laugh during the game. You gotta be stoic. You gotta be serious. But he would call me. He would tell me what to do. I'd go, it's okay. You can do this. Because he coached me in the IRT stop in Portland. There was an LPRT exhibition, and he was there, obviously, IRT. So he coached me through that one, too. And he always calms me down. He, like, knows how to coach me. He's very smart for how young he is, even though he's the same age as me. But yeah,
some people just have that stoic thing.
Yeah, he's got the racquetball brain. He knows what he's talking about.
And some people just know how to pull your particular strings correctly.
Yeah, he knows what to say. He knows what to do. He's not overbearing. He's not super loud in your face. He's very calm, which is what I respond to the best, in like short pointers, not something long or drawn out or all these details. He's just like, do this, this, and this, and that's it. That's all you have to focus on. So it's really good. So I won. So that was nice. It's a good win, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, you've been hot this season so far. For the whole season.
So far, knock on wood.
For the whole season. All 3 months so far.
Yeah, right? Like, we're all these tournaments, that didn't happen. But hopefully soon. Hopefully it carries on to next season, next year, all that.
Well, I know we'll have a short moment of silence right here for all of us who are really wanting to play all of these stops that we missed since everything stopped a month ago.
So sad.
So sad. All right, that was 5 tiers. That's over with. Okay, now that we're done with the crying, I'll go on to a next good question.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, if you could have a grudge match tomorrow evening, who would you want to play, and why?
Oh, goodness. I mean, literally anybody at this point. I just want to get on a court, please. I mean, oh, that's hard.
So this is not any match. This has to be a grudge match. Since you are an American, you know exactly what this means.
This is so hard. I don't know. All the LPRT players are amazing, and they're super talented.
You don't want to play one of your junior... You don't want to replay one of your juniors, girls, again?
Oh, no. I play Lexi enough. I see her all the time. We always play. I don't want to play her again. Like, somehow we always travel tournaments and have to play each other. Oh, no. I would love to see Jordan Cooper Ryder back. She's so talented, so athletic, but she's also super smart, and she's in school right now. So she's kind of taken school first, which is good for her. So I would love to play her again, just to get her back. She always kicked my butt in juniors too, so
okay,
it would be fun.
Since you're being really nice about this question, I'm going to switch it up a little bit on you.
Oh no.
Now, if you were in the men's bracket, who would you want to play?
I'm like, what? I would lose too.
Because I'll give you a little story behind this. I've got a little story behind this. The time before this, I watched Powell play in the men's bracket IRT at the Longhorn Open in 2013, and she made it to the semis and lost in the 5th hour.
Wow, I mean, okay. Still doesn't help me to choose which pro I would want to play.
Well, right now, I guess it'd be Scott.
Oh my goodness, yes! I would just hit him.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I just hit him in the back. Good push up, Scott. Let's see. Just kidding, Scott. You're cool. Still mad at you though.
No, we love Scott. Scott's in Austin, so I know him.
He's cool, but still mad at him. Maybe. I guess I'll play him then, or Lalo, just because Lalo's fun to play.
Yeah, he'd be a fun, friendly grudge match.
Yes, he would. He'd smoke me. He's 8 feet tall. He gets everything, and
and he's one of the lankiest guys I've ever seen.
Yes, he's like a string bean.
his wingspan's got to be like a basketball player, a foot longer than his actual height.
I mean, maybe he's super tall and skinny, and but don't let that fool you. He's dangerous.
No, I watched him. I watched him play in Austin at the Longhorn. I know he's pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good. He's up and coming. I'm excited for his career.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of his Mexican Nationals qualifier, and he was doing pretty good against De La Rosa, who is been on fire this season.
I know. I mean, Daniel has got experience. He's super good, but sorry, Daniel. I was kind of rooting for Lalo. I wanted him to be on team. I wanted him to go to the Pan Ams with me, so he could coach me.
Well, you root for the underdog, but Daniel's been on quite a streak recently.
Yes, he has. I mean, pickleball isn't messing with him. He's doing well.
I think pickleball has improved him a little bit, unfortunately.
Don't say that. I'm salty about pickleball.
Huh?
I'm salty about pickleball.
We're all salty about pickleball. Doesn't mean we're not playing it.
Terrible. Hate it.
Okay. So that's another thing that grinds your gears.
Oh, pickleball. My goodness. It's a good way to get a tan, but when they make commercials with some intense music and slow motion playing, it's like you're already playing in slow motion. You don't need to slow it down more. It's not intense. It's a good way to get a tan and go outside.
Speaking of tan, this will lead into my last question right here.
All right.
If you could get paid more to play outdoors, would you play outdoor racquetball instead?
Ooh, yes, because it's still racquetball, and I love outdoor. It's so nice, sunny. I feel like the environment, like, everybody is so much nicer. Like, everybody's, super chill. They're like, oh, I'm playing. Okay, I'll warm up for 30 seconds and let's play. Or they chug a beer before they go play, and it's not as cutthroat as indoor. Like, there's so many rivalries in indoor, and some people like hate other people. But like outdoor, everybody loves each other. It's like super fun.
Yeah, I think the rivalries and the intensity is still the same in outdoors, but the wall is almost a holder of emotions, and so you don't get any crowd work basically when you're in the box. You're all just two people. When you're outdoors, you have the full emotion of the world behind you,
right.
And so it's a lot more relaxing.
That's a good reason to. Yeah, you can hear everybody. There's music too, which is actually really fun because we practice with music, like headphones on, so you're like playing with it too. So I actually really enjoy that as well. But it's just a better environment. It's so fun. I love outdoor. So hopefully I get back into it.
Yeah, hopefully,
more.
hopefully we can
Okay.
start a little bit get back to televised outdoor play, and we
Yes.
can get the pro stop back for the LPRT, back for the IRT, because I don't know if you
Let's
know,
hope.
in 2015 and 2013 and 2015, Vegas was a pro stop.
I mean, I know it's a war pro stop, but like everybody went. That's interesting.
Uh,
I,
if you look at the winners, Powell won a few of them outdoors when it was
I mean,
for points.
yeah, I went to one where she went, and I thought that was super fun. That was a long time ago, so I think that was the last one, like
Right.
2015, that a bunch of people went. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
I think that was the
remember
last time it was at tier 2, and then it's dropped to 4, 4, 3, 5.
Well, I hope it's a tier 1 soon because it's super fun, and I think it's 3 walls, basically indoor. Just don't do ceiling balls. I mean, 1 wall is the real challenging one that I like the most, honestly. But 3 walls okay too. Yeah, I think you make it a tier 1. That would be really interesting to see everybody there playing 3 walls. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and I think it'd be really easy to get the camera work in there, as long as we can get the some sponsors behind that.
Of course, you always need the sponsors. Most important part, besides the players.
Yes, second most important thing. Players, sponsors.
Exactly.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
So, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
There's a bunch more stuff to talk about, but
So much.
I didn't want to get to too much on the first run, since we haven't played racquetball in a full month. I'm rusty about talking about racquetball, and I know it hurts to talk about racquetball a little bit since you haven't got to swing on a court in a while.
For sure. I'm very upset. I'm sad. I'm missing it. Yeah.
But thank you again for coming on. Let's go ahead. Can you thank all your sponsors, and where can everybody reach you on social media and out there?
I mean, you can get me on Instagram. Just look up Hollie_Ray57. Facebook is Hollie Ray Scott. I like Instagram more, so just saying. But yeah, reach me out there, follow me. I'm kind of boring, but I'm gonna try to post more because there's nothing else to do. I think my Gearbox family. Miss you guys. I need more things. I'm just kidding.
She's not kidding. She needs more things.
Ashway strings. I always need more things. Come on. I'm a girl.
She's a girl. She needs more stuff.
Always.
Jinx.
Ashway, best string out there. And Reaching Your Dream Foundation, like, they're the best. I can't say anymore. They're the best. They help us get to tournaments. They help us, have a place to stay. They're great. Formula Flow, Momo, you're cool. And I just thank all my fans and my followers for following me on this journey to #1 in the nation. Thank you. We did it. We're not done yet. Hopefully, #1 in the world soon, and stay there.
So are we gonna see you? Are we gonna see you in Alabama in now 2022?
Is it 2022 now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Because the Pan Am,
yeah.
the Pan Am
was be there.
was switched to 2021. The one that you were going to just a second ago, they switched it to next year. And so
They did? I didn't even hear that. You found out before me.
I'm keeping up with information pretty quickly. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm at least 90% certain that was true. And so I think Alabama is now 22.
Well, I mean, the plan is, yes, to be there. I mean, I want to be #1 as long as possible, right? So that's the plan, to see everybody there.
All right. Yeah, I hope to be there as well, either playing or watching. Thanks for coming on, and we'll talk to you again soon.